Move to the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Seeing no program, we will now move to open forum. Open forum is an opportunity to discuss issues relevant to the student body. If you're here for open forum, I invite you to the lectern at this time. We'll now move to adopting the agenda. Is there a motion to do so? Is there a second? It's been properly moved and seconded to adopt the agenda. Are there any objections? Speaker Pursley.
I motion to add 2025-2-057 to the agenda.
There's been a motion to add 2025-2-057 SG to the bottom of special orders. Is there a second? Are there any objections?
I move to add 2025-2-003A to the bottom of new business.
There's been a motion to add 2025-2-003A to the bottom of new business. Is there a second? Are there any objections?
I motion to add 2025-2-053F to the bottom of new business.
There's been a motion to add 2025-2-053F to the bottom of new business. Is there a second? Are there any objections? All right, back to the agenda as a whole. A motion to approve the agenda? It's been properly moved and seconded to adopt this evening's agenda. Are there any objections? All right, we'll now move to the approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to do so? It's been properly moved and seconded to adopt the minutes. Are there any objections? We'll now move to committee reports, starting with rules.
Rules saw 2 potential senators last week, sent them favorably to Senate, and you'll see them tonight. Rules has been going through different contracts and then as well going through constitutional amendments, and we'll be continuing to do so this coming week and also seeing new potential senators this coming week.
Finance.
Okay, is the mic working this week? Yes? Okay, awesome. So finance met last night at the Student Innovation Center Launchpad. We had what I hope will be our longest meeting of the year at 3.5 hours. But we finalized our PNC and got, I think, 3 bills sent favorably and then 1 sent with no bias. And in addition to that, so budget reports, again, okay, let me try to explain this. When an organization submits a budget, they also have to submit their PG number, and if they don't submit their PG number, then I can't give them funding, and one of the orgs is late to respond to my email. So budget report will basically come out once they respond to my email, if that makes sense. But yeah, so other than that, we're seeing a senator is going to be sat on finance. He sat through literally the entire 3.5 hours, which is incredibly impressive. And there is still 1 open Senate spot and then 1 open at-large spot as well.
PR.
Hi, everyone. Josie's gone this week. She's at a conference. So I just have a few updates. The bus naming contest ends tomorrow. We have over 125 submissions, which is kind of exciting. We have some very creative names, too. And then keep filling out the senator spotlights. Last time I touched base with Josie, we only had 3. There's more than 3 of you. And then on the outreach side of things, Jake and I are working on a presentation that if you still have outreach credits to fulfill, that you can go to classes or clubs to present that, so that way it's on your own time, and we may have an additional opportunity. Just waiting to hear back from a few people. So that's all we have. Thanks.
Idea?
The IDEA Committee attended an event hosted by the Student Accessibility Services earlier, and it was regarding the peer mentoring program. So we talked with them and checked out if they wanted to collaborate with us on some of the events that we want to host later this sem or next sem. And I also met with Claire and showed her some of the ideas or projects that we have been planning to help improve the accessibility across campus. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Events?
No major updates from us. Lainey and I are just continuing to plan big spring events that are coming up.
And then also we'll be having our events committee meeting Wednesday the 3rd, in the Memorial Union. So if anyone's interested in coming to that, we'd love to have you guys.
Local affairs?
Hi everyone. There's not a lot from local affairs this week. There will be no local affairs meeting this Friday, just so everyone's aware of that. But we're just working on our projects, trying to finish those up before the semester ends, and then there will be more stuff going on in the spring. So if you have any ideas for projects in the spring, please just let me know. Thanks, guys.
Sustainability?
All right, hi. There's not too much on our end today. A lot of just work and emails and all of that fun jazz. I'm sure you guys know how it is. In regards to sustainability for during break, if you have any leftover food, please try to be sustainable about it. That would be super cool. This is a time where a lot of food waste happens, and so if we're mindful about it, we can help alleviate a little bit of that problem. Thank you.
Health and wellness?
We're just kind of moving forward with our prep week tabling project. We did find out today that we're going to get Celsius cans donated for that, so that's super fun. But we got the funding for it and everything done today, so we're just moving forward with that.
Legislative ambassadors?
Hi, everybody. I had a meeting that went really well last week with my legislative ambassadors. We made sure we were all on the same page, and then started talking about like the differences in federal and state legislative priorities and how we can set those to be the most effective. I've also been working really closely with President Brandt and Christine on the Big 12 on the Hill conference coming up in DC in February, so we will be talking about that budget tonight, but I'm really excited to share that all with you.
Comments from the judicial branch?
Well, since we finally have quorum, we met yesterday and went and elected our officers. I am still the Chief Justice. It's just gone from acting to official now. Daniel here is my Chief Justice Pro Tem, so he'll be filling in for the more important roles when I am unavailable. Also, one more thing. I know we have an appointee listed on the agenda. I'm sorry I didn't bring this up earlier. She just emailed me and told me that she is sick and will probably not be able to make it in tonight. So.
A round of applause for the new Chief Justice. Comments from the advisor?
Hey everyone. I've been out of the office for a couple of weeks due to a family emergency, so I'm playing catch up. So if you are waiting for things from me, I apologize. Feel free to also ask me again, because I might have forgotten. We are getting close to the end of the semester, so I realized today we have one Senate meeting left in this session, which is kind of wild. So hopefully business is wrapping up, but if you have things you want to talk about or things you still want to work on, come and talk to me. I know the third session tends to be kind of busy because people realize they're running out of time and they want to cram in all the things that they wanted to get done. So if you want to get a head start on some of those things over the winter break, come and talk to me sooner rather than later. Staff works over breaks, so we'll be here if you want to meet virtually as well. One other thing I want to remind you about is that as an advisor, and usually it's me that does this, we check your eligibility to be a member of student government at the end of each semester after grades are posted. Hopefully you all are aware of this, but I just wanted to let you know because I think it catches some people off guard. And hopefully you all will be just fine because I know you all are great students. But you do need to have at least a 2.0 cumulative GPA during each semester during your term in order to remain eligible. You also need to be enrolled at least half-time unless it's like your very last semester and you only need one class to graduate or something like that. So I'll be checking those things. And the way I interpret your constitution, it says to seek or hold any seat, office, or appointment on any government body. I interpret that to also mean at-larges, so I'm gonna check everyone. Supreme Court or somebody can tell me if they feel differently about that. But I got a thumbs up. So if you happen to fall below that, you'll probably get a note from me. I would encourage you to just come and chat with me and we can talk through options and how things are going. If your semester GPA falls below that, you might also get a note from me just asking to check in and say, hey, how are things going? Do you need some resources? But it's really your cumulative GPA we're looking at for eligibility. So I just wanted you to know that a heads up that will be coming after grades post at some point.
Speaker Pursley.
Motion to remove 2025-2-015 SC from the agenda.
There's been a motion to remove 2025-2-015 SC from the agenda. It's been seconded. Are there any objections? Comments from the executive branch with President Brandt.
Hi, everyone. Last week on Thursday, we had a very productive breakfast with the Board of Regents and student leaders from the other Regent institutions. So we're very thankful for that opportunity every month and at the Board of Regents meeting to talk to them. Main thing I've been working on over this past week is the Big 12 conference. So you'll hear the budget tonight. But yeah, to make sure you're taking care of yourselves as we go into this break. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out, and also safe travels if you'll be traveling over Thanksgiving.
We'll now move to external matters, starting with 2025-2-005 SA, ISU Theater Funding Contract with Senator Saney.
This bill was seen in the Finance Committee last night and was sent favorably to the Senate, and I would encourage the representatives to approach the podium and talk about the bill.
Hi everyone, my name is Brad Dell, honored to serve as Department Chair of Music and Theater. It's really a great honor to be here in front of you all. First of all, I just want to say a big thank you to this body for supporting theater at Iowa State for decades now, and it's really been fantastic what the commitment that you all have had. Why this bill has come to fruition is a result of the change in the campus organizations. For a long time, ISU Theater was designated a campus organization, so then we would regularly go through the regular allocation process. Since the campus organizations are no longer, we met with some folks, Noah and others, and talked about some different options. We thought that this was the option that made the most sense for the Senate, for the student government to support the ISU Theater going forward in this way as kind of a direct support, recognizing that every year students from across the university are participating in ISU Theater productions and taking part in the audiences and experiencing theater maybe for the first time. We just this last weekend had record-breaking attendance at our production of Urinetown, the musical. More students and folks saw that production than any production in the last 10 years. And so it's a great opportunity to really be giving our students a different way of experiencing a high-impact learning experience. So we really appreciate this, and we think this is going to serve both us and the students across the university in really, really great ways. We're really grateful that for Noah and the Finance Committee to set up this contract with a little bit of modest increases over 4 years just based on inflation. And that is because the majority of what we'll be spending the money on are things like props, costumes, that the cost tends to go up each year. Happy to take any questions that anybody might have.
Speaker Pursley.
Well, first, I'd like to thank you for coming out tonight, and then as well, I'd like to mention to the Senate that Rules also saw this document, and it passed favorably through Rules as well.
Thank you.
Senator Kuzi.
Hello, thank you for the presentation. It was great. I think a lot of us really appreciated it. You talked about what the biggest cost items are, and that was one of my questions. And the other was, is there any funding that comes from a department somewhere or from the university other than this body?
Yeah, so what the funding from this body is really covering are the actual physical expenses of building the sets, building the costumes, lighting kinds of expenses, some of the theatrical equipment, the moving truck that sometimes we need to rent from Iowa State to move our props from one place to another, and then the licensing fees to license the productions. So it's kind of that real hard actual materials is what we're asking for. That is really the only source of funding for those items, and it has been for a really long time. Where the department and the college funds are things like advertising, and we also, the department and the college also funds items like if we were to bring in a guest artist and pay that guest artist to work with the students, that would come from department funding. But the rest of it really, and then there's about $100,000 a year of rental of Fisher Theater, which is the primary venue. That also comes from the department.
So I guess follow up, where does this 52 and 53,000 lie in scale or in comparison to the other contributions?
Yeah, so like I said, there's $100,000 that we're giving every year to pay for Fisher Theater so that we can actually do the productions and have a space to do them in. It's about $15,000 a year for advertising in the various ways that we do that, and then it's anywhere between 10 to 25 to 35,000 for the guest artist, kind of depending on the year. And again, that 52 is really for the production-related expenses.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Vice Speaker Hartley.
Well, first off, I'd just like to give them a round of applause for their record-breaking numbers.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then, secondly, just a note, there's a comment on the contract by me just mentioning that I went and reformatted this contract just to maintain consistency with our other contracts and make it, I don't know, more appealing to the eye. So I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that that's what that was. Is that a friendly? Would that be a friendly motion?
Did you just change the font?
No, I reformatted it. Anyways, so that's
Senator Senator Gertis. There's been a motion to add Senator Corsi to the roll. Is there a second? Are there any objections?
If I could just make one more comment too, one of the things that is outlined in the contract is an opportunity for me and student representatives from the theater area to come and give a presentation each year to this body about the impact of that funding, how it's being spent each year, and kind of the impact that y'all are having on students from across the university as a result of that. I think that's a great thing and something we're really looking forward to as well.
Senator Grafe.
I would just like to voice my support. I've worked with Brad before, and he truly cares so deeply about his students and is just a great person through and through. So this money is definitely going to be utilized well and sufficiently, and I recommend everyone votes yes on this.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's been called to question and seconded. Are there any objections? Closing comments? No. We'll now move forward with a roll call vote. Iona Dimhoff. Yes. Gertis. Yes. Kuzi. Yes. Saini. Yes. Jones. Einwalter. Yes. Hartley. Yes. Gardy. Yes. Graybill. Yes. Dahman. Yes. Grafe. Yes. Utica. Yes. Miller. Yes. Bernal. Yes. Kikun. Yes. Corshi. Yes. Valenzuela. Yes. Bailey. Yes. Pursley. Yes. Dondal. Yes. Lima Barbosa. Yes. Neal. Yes. Snyder. Yes. Margaret. Yes. Valley. Yes. Cernaski. Yes. Martins. Yes. The vote of 27 to 0 to 0, the bill passes. Congratulations.
Excellent. Thank you all so much. It truly means so very much to all of us, and you're going to really be impacting a whole lot of students' lives. So thank you very much. Thank you, Noah.
We'll now move to 2025-2-045F, funding for the Big 12 on the Hill Conference with Senator Saini.
This bill was seen in finance last night and was sent to the Senate with non-bias, and the representatives are approaching the podium, I guess.
All right. Can you guys hear me? Okay, perfect. So it is our turn to host Big 12 on the Hill Conference. So how the schedule works and the structure works. So last year, as many of you may know, we hosted Big 12 Conference here in Ames, Iowa. So now it's our turn to host Big 12 on the Hill come this spring. So we'll be hosting a conference for Big 12 student leaders from across all schools in the Big 12, and why we do Big 12 on the Hill. So collectively, we represent 285,180 students total from across the entire Big 12. So this is our chance to give students an opportunity to share their voice in spaces where they're typically not heard. So yeah, a little bit more about the conference. It's going to be a Sunday to a Wednesday this year. Sunday will be the fly-in day, and then we'll have a dinner on Sunday. Monday is called Big 12 Advocacy Day, so this is where students are broken up into different groups, and they meet with various different legislatures from around the country to talk about issues that are specific to college students in the Big 12. And then Tuesday is your state delegation day, so we'll meet with the entire Iowa delegation, and then Wednesday we'll come back to Ames. So that's a very high-level overview of the conference, and I'm happy to answer any questions at this time. I know one other thing I want to mention before questions start. People will be charged registration. They'll be charged $125. So this is, essentially student government pays for half of the conference. And it is our duty. We've reaped the benefits for many years now from other schools investing their student government money into this. So it's our turn to invest and host a really wonderful conference and give students the opportunity to talk to members of Congress and make sure that all student voices are heard.
Senator Miller.
Could you just go through each line item and explain a little bit more about where each of them,
a
little more specific?
Yep, so I'll start this. So we're going to give them like a swag bag. So that's where a lot of this printing materials come in. So they'll get a conference program alongside the agenda for the conference. Signage, that's for our events we host. So think about signage so people know where they're going at the conference. Maps and handouts, we're going to give a helpful guide of DC relative to the hotel we'll be staying at. Folders, that's for all of our one-pagers for all the legislatures. Thank you notes. I think thank you notes is pretty self-explanatory. So thank you notes is thank you notes for the members of Congress that we're going to meet with. Let's see what else we got. We have a check bag and shipping, as we're going to be giving away some merch items that will be coming here. They'll get delivered here in Ames, so we'll need a check bag to get them there. A snack in the goodie bag, a small notebook, that's branded with the Big 12 logo. And then gifts for meetings, we're going to give them a Big 12 flag. It's a pennant, and it will list all the Big 12 schools. So it's a nice gesture that we're going to give them that. And then the Sunday welcome reception, that's going to be at Pinstripes, which is an event space that has bowling and bocce ball, and it will be a buffet-style dinner that Sunday. And then Monday afternoon, after Big 12 Advocacy Day, there will be a Big 12 reception. Panel room reservations, that's for the panel that's going to be happening on Monday morning. Metro cards to get people to and from. And then miscellaneous.
Senator Jones.
So guys, we talked about this in finance yesterday. We thoroughly flushed this bill out. My question to you is, who out of the 8 Iowa State students are going?
That list hasn't been finalized yet. Right now it's me, Will, and Emily. And then we'll have 8 Iowa State students and 4 faculty.
Senator Neal.
I don't know if this is a question better directed to Finance Committee, but I was just wondering how the specific line item costs were evaluated, like how we came to those numbers specifically, like what they were based on.
Yeah, we based the numbers, so obviously all the printing will be done here in Iowa, and then the numbers were found off of quotes that we got from other people in Washington, D.C. So Pinstripes, that's a quote that they gave us to host an event in their space.
Okay, thank you.
Senator Snyder. Senator Lima Barbosa.
Who's the 4 staff people that you're taking?
It'll be advisors, and since we're hosting the conference this year, we're going to be taking more people. Obviously, when you host a conference, we need more support and people to help run the operations of that.
Senator Saini.
I had a question about the venue that we have reserved for this one, and is that the same venue we'll be hosting or networking with congressmen as well?
Like the dinner on Sunday? Like, could you repeat your question?
The venue that we have booked for 93 people.
Oh, yeah.
Does that include Congress members?
No, the reception will be on the Hill, so it'll be in the Capitol complex office building somewhere. We just don't have a room yet.
Okay, and is there any idea who's going to be the 4th member, except students who go from ISU, because we only have 3 advisors?
Amy.
Senator Stranaski.
Are you receiving any funding from any other sources to pay for this?
We're receiving around half the cost through registration, so that's $125, and we're estimating around 93 people, so half the cost will be covered through registration fees.
Senator Miller.
Okay, I'm just wondering, have you looked into other venues also, and why did you choose these specific ones?
Yes, so we looked into many different venues, and as you can imagine, how many of you have been to Washington, D.C. before? Okay, a fair number of you. It's a pretty expensive place, so that's why this number is a little bit higher, but it's important that we host a really good event for the Big 12, and that really showcases our legacy as Iowa State and really paints a good picture of the university to everyone. But yes, we did look into other options, and this was the cheapest option.
Senator Jones.
I wanted to point out for senators that weren't in Finance Committee yesterday. So what you're seeing here is not the full cost because they're taking funds out of the legislative account for their travel for Iowa State students. So just keep that in mind. But, so yeah, just thought I'd give you that extra information.
Senator Rauna Dimhoff.
When do you guys estimate you'll have a final head count for number of people attending?
So we're going to send out the registration on Monday, and then it will close on December 15th, and that's when we'll have the final total number of attendees.
Okay, perfect.
Senator Kuzi.
Just the line item that really stands out to me is Metro cards for $2,000. Did you look at other transportation means like a rental car or anything else that might have been less or more than this?
So just to clarify, that is Metro cards to get all 100 participants to and from the restaurant on Sunday night. So if you can imagine, a coach bus would be significantly more than that. Metro is one of the cheapest ways to get around DC, so that's why we went with the Metro option.
I'm just getting a little confusion. So the value that we're seeing on the total line, that's just over 23,000. Does that include the registration costs coming in, or is that just referenced above as being half of the cost? And do those things cross each other into being line items and then something we're paying for, or we reimburse somewhere by the registration fee? How does that work?
So this is so we can start moving things around before registration has come in. So this is so we can start booking everything that we need to get booked now, because registration won't come in until December 15th. So that's why we're doing it this way. So the money will be moved to operating, and Noah, correct me if I'm wrong, but it will be moved over to operating, and then the registration will come back to us through the student organization marketplace, which is how registration fees will be collected.
Yeah, that's right. And I just wanted to add a little bit of context. So for funding bills, like, we can show the expenses, but because the income is like estimated, and I can't think of any finance bill we've had where we also show income like on the table. So yeah, it does look a little weird. It's just due to how we write bills. But yeah, so there's income coming in, but the total expenses will be around the $23,000 number. But yeah, there's income coming in as well, which will cover some of that, if that makes sense.
Can I also just give another little piece of perspective? So last year when we hosted this conference here, it was $37,000 to host the conference here in Ames, Iowa. So this is a significantly scaled back version of what we originally had planned to do, where we want to be mindful. So that's why this amount is what we settled on. But this is a very low amount for Washington, D.C. as well.
Yeah, sounds like lots of savings. So I guess a follow-up here is the $23,000 half, or will that be reduced to half once the anticipated registration comes in?
So really what student government will pay will be around $11,000. So we're going to get, I'll let you do the math, but right now we're estimating $11,625 in revenue, and you take that and subtract it from the $23,000. So whatever's left of that is what student government would pay.
Got it, thanks.
Senator Snyder.
I'm going to jump back to what you said about not having a synthesized list of attendees to the conference who will be attending from Iowa State. How can we be sure we have proportional representation for each of the constituencies that are part of this body, let alone a part of Iowa State, if we don't know that list yet?
Well, one thing that's new this year is we will be bringing senators. That didn't happen last year. It was just members of the executive branch. So the list, obviously, this is still very early in the planning phase, so we don't have a finalized list yet.
But yes, how can you ensure that we have proportional representation, right? Like, we don't have that list. Can you ensure us that there will be proportional representation, or am I just going to have to take your word for it?
I can assure you there will be proportional representation.
Been called to question and seconded. Are there any objections? Closing comments? None. All right, we'll move forward with a roll call vote. Iona Dimhoff? Gertis? Yes. Kuzi? Yes. Saini? Yes. Jones? Yes. Einwalter? Yes. Hartley? Yes. Gardy? Yes. Graybill? Yes. Dahmen? Grafe? Yes. Utica? Yes. Miller? Yes. Bernal? Yes. Kikun? Yes. Quarshie? Yes. Valenzuela? Yes. Bailey? Yes. Pursley? Yes. Nandal? Yes. Lima Barbosa? Yes. Neal? Yes. Snyder? Yes. Margaret? Yes. Valley? Srinaski? Martins? Yes. Iona Dimhoff? Yes. With a vote of 25 to 0 to 2, the bill passes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We'll now move to 2025-2-047F, funding for NSBE flight costs to the annual conference in Baltimore with Senator Saney.
This bill was also seen in the Finance Committee last night, and it was sent favorably to the Senate, and I would urge the representatives of NSBE to come to the podium and talk about their bill.
All right, good evening, everybody. My name is James Morissette. I am the sitting president of the NSBE at Iowa State University. Just to talk a little bit about what the annual convention is and what it means to us, every single year since I have been a freshman here, this convention has been an opportunity for our members to get prospects to professional development and also get in front of recruiters to get a shot at summer internships and improve our personal standing. So this is the annual convention, excuse me. Whew. It usually has about 15,000 attendees with 400 career fair exhibitors. It is a giant networking event, and then it also will contain workshops for people to try things and learn about new breakthroughs in tech, like AI, determinant manufacturing, and automated manufacturing, and so on and so forth. There are also opportunities to gain certifications to further bolster our members' resumes so they're more competitive in this already exceedingly competitive job market. Yeah, I think that is what I have for opening statements. Are there any questions?
Senator Bernal.
I'm just looking at like the line items, and I just see conference registration and trip mileage. So is the group paying for hotels and other and stuff like that?
Yes, we are fully covering hotels.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Senator Iona Dimhoff.
I think this would just be a friendly, but can we get the total amount to, because it says $0 right now, can we get that fixed to reflect?
Been called a question and seconded. Are there any objections? Closing comments? No closing comments. We'll now move forward with a roll call vote. Iona Dimhoff? Yes. Gertis? Yes. Kuzi? Yes. Saney? Yes. Jones? Yes. Einwalter? Yes. Hartley? Yes. Gardy? Yes. Graybill? Yes. Dahman? Yes. Grafe? Yes. Utica? Yes. Miller? Yes. Bernal? Yes. Kekun? Yes. Corshi? Yes. Valenzuela? Yes. Bailey? Yes. Pursley? Yes. Nandal? Yes. Lima Barbosa? Yes. Neal? Yes. Snyder? Yes. Margret? Yes. Valley? Yes. Cernaski? Yes. Martins? Yes. The vote of 27 to 0 to 0, the bill passes. Congratulations.
All right, thank you so much.
We'll now move to 2025-2-049F, Funding Trend Magazine, a new bill.
Hi, everyone. We saw this bill in Finance Committee yesterday, so it's Trend Magazine. Can you come up to the lectern, please? Thank you.
Hello, my name is Peregrine Hyder. I'm the treasurer for Trend Magazine, and this bill is requesting $11,500-ish for printing costs for the 2025-2026 magazine. The reason for this is a situation came about over the summer where the previous treasurer had requested money to print the magazines, and then he forgot to process the transaction in Workday. So the money was taken back to the student government, leaving our account balance around $6,000 negative. The current position we're at now, we have raised funds through dues, a Fund ISU fundraiser, and a Panda Express fundraiser to put us at about $1,000 positive. We're trying to print 1,200 magazines, and we got a quote that was the $11,599. So this bill is just asking, like, it's only print costs. Right now, Trend Magazine's about $1,000 positive, so we do not have funding whatsoever to print the magazine. There's 140 students that are dues paying and hardworking for this magazine. They've printed magazines since 2006, and they're on issue 37. So I would really appreciate you guys trying to help us get this magazine done.
Senator Kuzi.
Thank you for acknowledging the error, the situation that happened there. I think we previously discussed, I think somewhere is referenced overprinting. Was there overprinting in the last issue or the last time that this was printed that we might have seen in the bill?
So last year we printed 1,400 magazines. So I know we still have some of those magazines left around, like there's still some in McKay around campus, and then I know we still have boxes of them like in possession of Trend Magazine. So I guess there could have been some overprinting last year.
Point of information, we never talked about overprinting. That was never a thing that we talked about.
Okay, and then I guess this goes to Finance Director Kameyer or Senator Jones. So the act here will rescind 25-2-38. I believe 25-2-38, sorry, F-38F, also rescinds a bill, which is 25-2-026F. So if one bill is rescinded, which rescinds another, does that mean the other is back and unrescinded and or active? How does that work, and how is that explained in this bill?
I think you're overthinking it. I don't know that there's a specific bylaw related to it, but since we already rescinded one by procedure, it's just gone, and then the other one would be rescinded by this bill, if that makes sense.
So what if we're rescinding the procedure that rescinded the first, which is what this is?
I guess I don't really understand the question, but
so 25-2-038F, you might be able to pull it up on the screen. So at the bottom on the second page, it says it shall rescind 25-2-026F. So rescinding a bill which rescinds another, doesn't that rescind the rescindal?
yeah. Okay. So I guess I'll just say, if it makes you feel better about it, we can say it shall rescind 38F and 26F. We can double rescind it. Now, whether a negative and a negative makes something positive, we can also talk about that too. I'd rather read on it. But, so, yeah. So, it's sort of, like I said, I don't think there's a specific bylaw. If there is, just let me know. But I think for now it would be fine as is. But I'll yield to Vice Speaker Hartley. No,
Yeah.
I will not
So-
yield to Vice Speaker Hartley. I'll yield back to you. Ready?
Thank you. So I guess we'll go with that. The reason for the ask is because there's been so much confusion with this already. There's been a lot of bills on this. I just want to make it clear and done. So at this point, I'd move to keep the rescission of 2025-0-026F in the bill that we're seeing today. That's 2025-2-049F. I believe it's being added right now. So that's my motion, adding the rescinding of the bill that was originally referenced so that it's not unrescinded.
There's been a motion to rescind bills relating to this bill for Trend Magazine. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Awesome. Back to the bill as a whole. Senator Grafe.
Hi, I'm a huge fan. I'm really loud, sorry.
Thank you.
Let me put it down. Huge fan of Trend Magazine. I have a bunch on my coffee table. Just wanted to see what considerations to sustainable practices your magazine is practicing.
So right now we are hosting like more of an internal fundraiser. It's not really a fundraiser. They're trying to collect clothes from people's closets. So members are bringing in clothes that are going to be recycled and used throughout the magazines for the upcoming years.
Vice Speaker Hartley.
Motion to remove Senator Snyder from the roll.
There's been a motion to remove Senator Snyder from the roll. It's been seconded. Are there any objections? Senator Miller.
Okay, to clarify, we are rescinding, well, no. No, we're taking back the $9,000 and then this is the 12,000-ish, so really it's only like 2,000 more, or is this another 12,000? And this can be the finance director, no.
Yeah, so, sorry. Yeah, so we didn't fully transfer the 9,000. That was like, I'm gonna say suspended. That's the word I'm gonna use. So just pretend like that money doesn't exist, and then we're giving them the 11,500.
Awesome. And I guess one question, could you speak a little bit on, do students want this, and why do you feel this is a good use of student money? And this isn't a hostile question, I'm just wondering.
So we're printing 1,200 magazines that are going to be passed around all over campus. And then there's going to be a magazine release party in the spring when the magazine comes out. I went to it last year when I was not a member of Trend Magazine, and I was surprised of like just how many students were actually there. I met new people. That's how I got involved in Trend Magazine, was the release party. So I do think that there is a large presence for Trend Magazine on campus.
Awesome, thank you.
Senator Einwalter.
Yeah, you mentioned that you had some extras left over from last year. Are you doing anything different this year to like make sure the money that student government is giving you is like optimized?
So we're printing less magazines, not just because we have less money available to us, but I think because we have a few left over from last year. So between us having 140 members, members can take as many as they want to give to friends and family. So we're estimating 1,200 will be a good number to allow us to not only give some out to everybody in the group, but pass them out around campus as well, and then have some left over for archives as well.
Thank you. Senator Kuzi.
Sorry, I just had a second, and I looked over 2025-2-038F. That one's marked introduced on October 22nd. So the first whereas clause says that we approved just over $6,000 for printing costs in addition to the original $3,000 for FY25, and then $14,000 was spent. So $9,000 was given to the group to print, plus $9,246.17, right? But $14,500 was spent. Was that overprinting, or was the other just under or 3,000, somewhere in that range, from the organization? Do you know?
Trend Magazine paid for the rest of the printing.
Got it. Thank you.
It's been called to question and seconded. Are there any objections? Closing comments? Senator Jones? No closing comments. We'll now move forward with a roll call vote. Iona Dimhoff.
Yes.
Gertis.
Yes.
Kuzi.
Yes.
Saney.
Yes.
Jones. Einwalter.
Yes.
Hartley.
Yes.
Gardy. Graybill. Dahman.
Yes.
Grafe.
Yes.
Utica.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Bernal.
Yes.
Kikun.
Yes.
Corsi.
Yes.
Valenzuela.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Pursley. Nandal. Lima Barbosa. Neal. Margaret.
Yes.
Valley.
Yes.
Sranaski.
Yes.
Martins.
Yes.
A vote of 26 to 0, the bill passes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll now move to 2025-2-011 SD, confirming the nomination of a fraternity resident senator with Vice Speaker Hartley.
All right, so this individual was seen in rules and sent favorably. So if he wants to go up and share a little bit about why he'd like to represent this constituency.
Hi, everybody. My name is Alex Papanikolaou. Some of you may remember me last year as a UROC senator. And so I'm running for the role of IFC senator. I'd say the main reasons that I want to run for IFC senator is because of the previous lack of representation in student government for IFC. I've been made aware that some of the last IFC senators haven't been the most collaborative in terms of keeping communication open with IFC. And so my main goal is to kind of open up the communication stream that I feel hasn't been there over the last couple of years, and to make sure that I'm constantly communicating with members of IFC just to make sure that everything that they need on the student government end is fulfilled. And so I myself am not extremely knowledgeable when it comes to IFC, but last week I attended a IFC delegate meeting where they held their elections for their executive board for the next term. And there I kind of got a feel for how IFC works, as well as kind of what it entails. And so I hope that I can use my experience being a senator last year and kind of incorporate that into being able to communicate with IFC. And so I believe that, like I kind of mentioned before, constantly either staying in communication in terms of like text, phone calls, or meeting outside of student government meetings and IFC meetings is definitely something that I want to bring to the table. I know that they have a lot of ideas that they want to collaborate with student government on, and so hopefully that's something that I'll be able to bring to the table as IFC senator.
Speaker Pursley.
I just want to make sure before we vote, do you live in a fraternity house?
No. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And that's something that I know from last year, but yeah, I don't.
It's a residence hall, like not residence hall, but it's residency constituency, and so you have to live in the sorority/fraternity housing to be a senator.
Okay, yeah. I wasn't totally aware of that coming into this year, but yeah.
I definitely should have thought about that, so that is my bad.
Senator Kuzi.
Thank you for coming. Please stay involved.
No problem. I appreciate it.
We're about to see you back.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Speaker Pursley.
Motion to table this bill indefinitely.
There's been a motion to table 2025-2-011 SD indefinitely. Is there a second? Are there any objections? We'll now move to 2025-2-012SD, confirming the nomination of an Ivy College of Business Senator with Vice Speaker Hartley.
All right, if this individual would like to go up and give a little bit of why they would like to represent this constituency, please.
Well, hello there. Thank you guys so much for having me here tonight. My name is Ethan Fligge. I'm currently a sophomore at Iowa State University in the Ivy College of Business. Now, if you're wondering why is it that I want to represent the Ivy College of Business, well, number one, business pretty much makes up my entire life. I actually am a triple major there, so I have finance, MIS, supply chain management, and above all, my family owns businesses. I've pretty much grown up in the world of business, and I pretty much make everything that is in my life a literal business argument. I'm not a good person to talk to if you don't want to have a second opinion or have someone come in and interject their opinion, because that's definitely me. I would be that guy 100%. But the reason that I think I truly understand the student body in the Ivy College of Business is, number one, I'm also a part of the Ivy Student Council, and I have been for the past year. And what we do there is generally just engaging with the student body, trying to plan certain events with the Ivy College of Business specifically, and then also just having generally a lot of fun trying to make the College of Business less about business and more about a community role, in a sense. And that's something that I would love to bring to student government. And also one of the reasons that I would love to be a part of student government, being a senator, is of course so that we have some more student representation here in the Senate. Love has done a great job doing his part. However, we are a student body of 5,001 students in the College of Business, and I feel as though having 2 senators would be 100% appropriate for a student body the size of ours. So yeah, anything?
Vice Speaker Hartley.
Just a point of cool information, next year Ivy will also be having a 3rd seat, so that's awesome. What committee are you interested in joining if you've looked?
So it would either be finance or events. Finance, I'd definitely say, because I personally love dealing with money. And events because, well, realistically, I like putting on something extravagant. So.
That's perfect, because we need people on the events committee.
It's been called to question. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Closing comments?
Placard.
Placard vote has been called for. All those in favor? Thank you. Those opposed? The vote of 26 to 0 to 0. The bill passes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Swear you in real quick.
Awesome.
So just repeat after me.
Can you move closer to the mic?
Oh, yep.
Yep. Raise your right hand. I solemnly swear or affirm.
I solemnly swear or affirm.
To execute the duties of my position.
To execute the duties of my position.
As prescribed in the Constitution.
As prescribed in the Constitution.
And the laws of this government.
And the laws of this government.
For the benefit of all students.
For the benefit of all students.
Welcome to the team.
Thank you.
We'll now move to 2025-2-057SG, seating Senator to Finance Committee with Senator Jones.
Okay, so we have a senator being sat to finance committees. You can go up to the lectern and tell us why you want to join finance.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Noah Sranaski, and I'm interested in Finance Committee because I have a minor in economics, so I've always liked working with money, and I would like to continue to do so and get involved with our school's finances. And it's the committee that's interested me the most, and it's my first way of getting involved as a new senator.
Senator Lima Barbosa.
I know that Noah said at the beginning of Senate, but he stayed for 3 hours and a half for a committee he's not even a part of, and I think that shows commitment.
and finance needs commitment. So you have all my support.
All right, thank you.
Senator Bernal.
Motion to add Senator Fliggy to the roll.
There's been a motion to add Senator Fliggy. Did I get that right?
Yes.
To the roll. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Senator Kuzi.
Thank you for your interest. Beyond, I guess, your general interest in joining the committee, sitting through 3 hours of meeting time and sharing the name with the finance director, what are your interests or aspirations with joining the finance committee?
As of right now, I want to kind of learn the budgets and where all the money is allocated so I can try to make us more efficient as a government. And I believe that if we're more efficient as a government, then we'll be able to allocate future funds to additional projects and different responsibilities.
Great. And have you had a chance to look over some of the budget material or the cent-by-cent breakdown, for example, of student government? Or is that something you're looking forward to?
I have not yet, no. That's something I'm looking forward to.
Great.
Senator Miller.
Senator Kusi brings up a great point. You share a name with the finance director. Do you think that'll be confusing? And do you have a plan to manage this?
Absolutely.
So great, thank you.
It's been called to question and seconded. Are there any objections? Closing comments? UC has been called for. Is there a second? Are there any objections? Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
We'll now move to new business. Starting with 2025-2-050F, funding for the Wildlife Society Student Travel Conclave. Funding for the Wildlife Society Student Conclave Travel with Senator Saney.
This bill is on the first read on Finance Committee after Thanksgiving, so I'm able to answer any yes or no questions.
Senator Grafe.
Do you think it'll be passed favorably through Finance Committee?
Yes.
Okay.
Senator Neal.
Do we know if there will be a representative from this organization after Thanksgiving to talk about this bill?
Yes.
Thank you.
Seeing no further discussion, we'll now move to 2025-2-051F, funding for Gamma Rho, Lamba, Pride, Prom. Let's say it one more time. Lambda, that's a fun word. With Senator Saney.
This bill is also on the first read in Finance Committee after Thanksgiving break, so we'll see how it goes, and I'm able to answer any yes or no questions.
Seeing no discussion, we'll now move to 2025-2-052F, funding for STRATAA with Senator Jones.
Yeah, we'll see this bill in 2 weeks from now in Finance Committee. Yeah, ask me yes or no questions.
Senator Kuzi.
If I could offer a friendly, I think there's a comment on here for the spelling of discretionary. That's all.
Okay, I think it's a yes or no question, but I'll fix it.
Seeing no further discussion, we will now move to 2025-2-001J, honoring President Wendy Winterstein's service and retirement with Senator Gertis.
So as we all know, President Winterstein is retiring at the start of January, I believe. So this joint resolution will be congratulating her upon her retirement and thanking her for her decades of service to Iowa State University. I'll be happy to answer any yes or no questions.
Seeing no further discussion, we'll now move to 2025-2-003A, confirming the fiscal year 2027 priorities and criteria with Senator Jones.
Hey everyone, so as Noah talked about in the committee report, we confirmed We went through our PNC last night, 3 hours worth of meeting, so you can ask me yes or no questions.
Seeing no discussion, we'll now move to 2025-2-053F, funding for Lunch and Learn series with Senator Saini.
This bill is also on the first read in Finance Committee. After Thanksgiving, I'm able to answer any yes or no questions.
All right, seeing no further discussion, are there any closing comments for the good of the group? Thank you all for a great meeting. Vice Speaker Hartley.
I hope you all have a wonderful break. Please don't forget to do your office hour just this week, and then for our new senator, I can take you to our office after this.
Speaker Persley.
Okay, everyone, good meeting today. Remember that we have our student government Thanksgiving after this. It's going to be in the Sloss House, which is just that way. The Sloss House has an oven and a kitchen if you're gonna need that for your food. And then just remember that we're gonna need to leave it exactly how we left it. So let's be respectful to the Sloss House for letting us use their space. And I'm excited to be thankful with all of you. Motion to adjourn, go Cyclones.
Is there a second? Are there any objections?